Ukraine threw 800 drones at Russia this weekend. 3 days after it stopped Russia's biggest oil port, the tankers were loading again. This is what the campaign can and cannot do. This weekend Ukraine launched one of the largest drone raids of the war, something close to 800 aircraft, by Russia's own count, aimed at targets from Moscow to the Volga. It is the campaign this channel has followed all summer: burn the fuel, the warehouses, and the money that keep Russia fighting. But this week also showed the limits of it. On Friday, Ukraine's strikes forced Russia's most important oil port, Novorossiysk, to stop loading crude altogether. 700,000 barrels a day shut down. By Sunday, Reuters reported, the tankers were loading again. A Suezmax pulled in, took on Kazakh crude and sailed. 3 days. That is the uncomfortable arithmetic of this whole strategy. Ukraine can interrupt almost anything in Russia, but it has to keep coming back. And yet some of the damage does not heal. The vast petrochemical works at Tobolsk, hit a week ago, is still shut, and with it something close to 40% of Russia's output of liquefied petroleum gas. The refinery at Orsk has stopped entirely, its governor admitting repairs may take months because sanctions block the parts. Russian refining is running at its lowest level since 2002, and 2/3 of the country's regions are still rationing fuel, 30 liters at a time in places. And the warehouse campaign has left Russia's biggest retailer with roughly $5.7 billion of burned stock and 7 of its 10 largest depots out of action. The ports come back in days. The refineries take months. That difference is the whole strategy. Russia, meanwhile, was doing what it always does. This morning, at 20 to 9, as people headed to work, 2 missiles struck the center of Pechenihy, a village in the Kharkiv region. They hit a post office and a row of shops at a crossroads ringed by houses. 10 people were killed and around 20 wounded, a cafe and 15 cars burned. The community has declared 2 days of mourning. There was no refinery there, no warehouse, no military logic anyone is offered, just a village center at the start of a working day. Russia's losses reached almost 1,470,000 troops, with the drone tally past 467,000. On the ground the fighting is intensifying again. 236 clashes in the last full day counted, the most in weeks, with 33 Russian assaults thrown back at Pokrovsk alone. And in Kiev, a quieter problem persists. A month after Ukraine's defense minister was dismissed, the country still has no confirmed replacement. Parliament returned today, with the nomination only just registered, and a vote expected tomorrow. Ukraine is running the most ambitious strike campaign of the war, with an acting minister in charge. That wraps up today's update. If you found this useful, press the like button and subscribe in order to support this channel. Stay informed, stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow.